This is Gerald Johan van Waas and some small demonstrations of letter combinations as formations. With some demonstrations of combinations with S and U, and I'll show you how they can be understood from the letter positions, from the letter meanings as forms. I'll have sun, where I started from the images that I showed you in the last video. I'll go from there to SUR, 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 and from sour I'll go to sweet. I also have some and sub. All the letters with an S are organized, like all the letters are organized in the system of letter positions that are ordered here in the Pythagorean order, and all these letters show some sort of estimation of how we recognize certain positions in time and place, but also show how well we orientate ourselves upon these things and how well we can predicted outcome. That's language. That's what language is about. We estimate more or less what it is, and then we do something with it. But there are underlying there's underlying structure in it that goes deeper than you can derive from the words alone. The letter positions, they are at the rightful places of orientation, how we can understand these words. The reason behind it, it's on some of the other videos why, but let's say that there are three main categories. We have the forms themselves, which are most visible when they use letters from the first category. These are the positions from objects and elements and ideas that we think to know. The next kind of elements, after these elements that were into a spatial frame recognizable, we have those elements that participate in recognizing the elements, the ideas, when they are moving, we are not changing, so we have to deal with them in a different way. So we are obliged to not just to adapt, but to follow what is going on there, why it is changing, how it is changing, and all these things. The last category of letters, that's where what we think about these positions no longer matters, but when we follow what is going on there, we will understand it better, and it will also take shape better. But we are still free to do so, to apply to these ideas that are expressed with these letters. And when it is said like, okay, no, but the general context is actually this and that, and it is, you can only describe it by a way of also saying, okay, but you don't see where it starts from. There's some part that you don't know, but in the context of things, these positions are there. Deal with it. Deal with it. If you can, and you apply, you comply, you leave it as it is. And that's what is needed in the general conversations and descriptions. There will be a point that will need these actions of applying to what it is, to comply to what it is, or to leave it as it is, without suppressing the idea of reality by your own thought about it, or by trying to follow it while you can't. Sometimes you can still, when you place something in somewhere, that's enough. They have already description and it fits in. That's the way how to deal with this last category. You have the frame in which it fits, and this frame will fit to all the rest. If you put the frame in the right position, you will understand the things. I have two letters as a starting point. The U, which is from the first position, is about what you are able to understand. You're able to understand it as something different. It's different from you as I, because now it is you, it's something else, it is something else. Discover it. Discover it, how it's developed. It's not you, it's not part from you as I, but it's part of someone else or something else. And that's the U letter that describes it. The S is actually all the last part of the whole system. It's the last letter, and it expresses, it can be expressed also in three positions, and it's the outer position there. As you can see, this third part is coming out as a separate part on its own, so it is the focus that something is moving away from the whole system that keeps these things together. It can work separately, and it is working separately. It's working on its own. It is what it is. That's the S. And I described it already, the S with the U as is this. You have the S at the outer edges of what you can understand. Some part of it will even be out of your visual scope or in our understanding. Some part will come to you. Mostly it's the effect itself, so the after effect even, that you can sense and understand. And this you is within your scope. This you in this case is also your scope, but it's within the scope that you can understand and everybody can understand. It's what it is. It's because you sense it and you deal with its effects. You sense its effects. So SU is what is actually sensing its effects. Let's have some words with SU. We already had sun in the last video, expressed as sun, with the sound, not with the U sound or the U sound. U. It's going from one sound to the other. The is a smaller sound. It's the knowing that it's just what it is. I sense it, and I sense it there where it is. So when I sense it, it's there. That's why the sun is available as what you sense when the sun is there. When it's no longer there, you don't sense it. Don't name it. You don't name it as such that, yes, there's the sun. At night, you don't say that. What you have with the sun is, of course, that there was also there the part that you don't see and the part that you sense. Part that you don't know where it comes from, and the part that you can, in a way, can follow up. The unpredictable and unknown part and the to follow up part. If you would express that in the full circle of all what we sense, we have, of course, this whole frame. And within this frame, the flames go in and they go out, and that together at the outer edges, from the S to what is reflecting inwardly, that's the sun. That was the expression of the sun. I already expressed it. So what did we remember? We have the S and with the U combined, we have this balance between this part which is uncertain, and we follow the certain aspect. That's what we prefer. And what is another word with SU or SU? It's SUR. So we have to add the R to it, the R or the turning point, which takes connections together in time and space. It is especially in time, so after a certain time we succeed to connect something, which is the connection that we do from uncertainty to certainty, we have SUR or on. We have that's the meaning which it means. So how do I sense it as a letter combination? So it starts from a part where you can't predict it, where you can't see it, but with the R, with the connection that you make with it, you make the connection to connect to what you're sure about, what you're certain about, and then you're on it. That's more or less what you can see it. You take care that you notice a situation where you're at it or at it. That's also the way to express it. Is it 100% as it was intended? I don't know. This was my investigation of the letter combinations. Take it or leave it, or maybe improve it. You can. But from SUR to SUR, it's not a lot of difference. So what is SUR then? SUR is the French word for on or at. SUR is a little bit longer, and that is as if the U is longer, larger. So U is the incomplete part. We have so you have the uncertainty, the certainty, but you can have that around the whole sense of what you can be sure of or not sure of. You can let's take all of it around the center of U or U, and then we have, of course, various variations that we can take together. This was just one situation. Let's take with what was with SUR or at, where we're at it. With SUR, the long U, we will take all the situations what surrounds this. So as you can see here, all the situations are taken together. And what does this mean? This SUR means certainty. And the certainty it is because we know that all the uncertainties are around us, surrounding us, and the certainty is what we have, that's what we know, and we connect to it, then we're sure about it. It's even as if the contradictions are combined in such a way that you're sure that you don't only have the certainty in the middle, but you also have the uncertainty outside, and leave it there. Then you're absolutely sure. There's no certainty without knowing where the uncertainty lies or where you can place it. Both of them hanging together, so that's a good expression. So the word is a very good expression of that aspect. The SUR and SUR almost sound like zuur, which is a Dutch word which means sour. How should I express it? The S and the Z are basically on the same spot, on the same frame that you can add it, but the S is this waveform, the Z is the strong directions that come forth from it. So here I will express it like that as zuur. So the zuur is then going along with the R, it's connected to it, so you connect to the uncertainties and certainties. What can you do with it? It has a certain effect. You don't know the full aspect. All of it is connected, the uncertain parts and the certain parts. So it gives a certain uncertainty as well as a sense and as a sensitivity. Will it benefit or will it not benefit? It's very unclear. See, it's in English, it is sour with the O. Let's say it is the environmental starting point from the S where it starts from. Half of it is out of reach. So you don't know what is, if it has a clear effect, a good effect, if it's beneficial or not. You're not sure, you can't know. But it all comes to you and it's all connected. The sour is this sensitivity of all of it. The positive and the negative thing, and you don't know if it will benefit you. The sour degree depends on that as well. the larger it is, the less maybe even, the more it bites maybe even, and more effect it will have. It can be a danger even to have too much of the sour there. And let's go to sweet. If they're sour, there's of course sweet. How do we sense sweet when we express it with letters? Because this also starts with S. And like every S, as you know, there's a part you can't estimate, and there's a part you can sense. That's the basics of the S. When this is given an order on the W is the whole variations of a waveform that surrounds, also quite far as most of the times. And here it's the S, it's at the edges of the W is there as well, and it's built upon it. This W give it a frame on which you also have some time to prepare yourself to the yeses. I can sense it on the nose, or I can't estimate it. Scenario that I have. So all the words with SUR are also about preparation that you give. Why the W is this adaptive ability of waves that hang together. Some's a little bit higher, lower, and it is like the wind. It tries to balance out. That's what the W is doing. It's an interactive weak field in a way, but thanks to the letting it hang together, it will be able to take care that the interaction will continue. That's how you can express and understand the usage of W anywhere in any word. So with SUR, also there, it's given a bit more time to get these impulses. Is this negative? Is this positive? Is this known? Is this not known? You will give it a time, so it will also give you more time to adapt and to let it sink in. So sweet, the letter as it is pronounced is with the I, starting point as I, which basically says, yes, I have a distinction here. And the T is always in the letter meanings and where it is used and how you use it all the time. It will give you the impression, oh yes, I can do something with it. I recognize it. The E as long sound is of course more E's, and like the U, I will have the surroundings, the full surrounding, the full scope then in this case from the outer edges of what I can sense, but it will come to me. It will arrive at where I can sense it. I can sense it, given it some time and so on. It sinks in. It comes in. I will have this whole multiple sensations, and I know also for sure that there will be a good amount of this, and that I can have not only give it the time, I can also sense the beneficial thing of it, and that's how we perceive sweetness compared to sourness. So here the sweetness wants to say I can sense it full amount, how much it senses, and we associate it with that it is beneficial to us, or at least it is familiar. We come to a familiarity to the senses thanks to this adaptation process, which goes more fluently in this case. Okay, let's go back to SU. Are there some other words? Yeah, two more words left. I have still SU as a starting point with this uncertain point and this direct impression or sensitivity that I'm sure about. Also was this contradiction. So what if I express SUP? SUP is a first part of the word which is used in several words. It's and while I use the B in this case, B is really pressing open and in a way growing what I already have. If this grows even further, what I already have, it also means that I will press the things that are not cannot be sensed well or cannot be seen or are unknown. We go deeper into that area. So that means also that we go beyond what we already can see and sense and also don't know. It's getting even larger, but we also increase our sensibility towards it, so we also be able to penetrate deeper into the unknown. So we go deeper into the unknown, and that's what it basically means. It mostly means I go to the space below. Okay, I can express it in the full range here, but it's actually in the letters, it's more like pressing deeper so that I can sense it deeper. That kind of expression is expressed here. The last one, some, maybe it's also not the best expression that I can make. I didn't work very long on it, but the m is the expansion, also going outwardly, but the outwardly movement stays within the reach of what can be reached, what is possible. So the M really goes to all the corners where it can reach its understanding, where it can reach the full perspective. And some is used in language to say, like, okay, to make a kind of measuring, or a little bit like it's not testing, it's not sensing in a way, like I try to sense as much as I can, and it's more like as many elements, I try to recognize as many elements as I have, the full elements that I have. That's the end sum. Is our full experience. The M makes it full, makes it a complete experience. That's what the letters and the letter combination do. So we had already a lot of SUR words. In one of the next videos I will also go to the opposite and see how easy that will go or not. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This was Gerald van Waas. There's a website too with a list of words. You can find the full list of words at this short URL, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel if you like. Thank you for watching this. Bye.